Hey, welcome back to Bobb-z Callahan's Word of Advice. And for this Word of Advice video, I wanted to talk about the topic of encouragement. And I wanted to talk about this topic because I just feel like this is one of those topics which, again, can relate to everybody. And I think if we use encouragement in the right way, then we can do a lot of great things with it in the lives of others and also in our own lives. And I'm going to talk about encouragement when it comes to motivating somebody to either do something or, well, not do something. And also I'm going to talk about how we can encourage others to think a certain way about themselves. Let me start with encouraging somebody or other people to do something. Let's say, for example, that you have a friend who has a really great singing voice and they're thinking about entering a talent show, but this friend of yours might be a little shy. That could be an example of when you could be someone who can encourage your friend to give that talent show a chance so your friend can show off their singing ability or whatever musical ability that they have. And, if you encourage your friend, in this case, enough, they might actually take a chance on something that they could have decided to not take a chance on if nobody had motivated and encouraged them to. I remember back in my high school days, I wanted to perform a song my junior year and my senior year, and I was the one who could sing and play the violin, but in my case I wanted to actually perform a song with a guitar playing in the background and have a friend singing with me as well. And I remember I had to do it more of my junior year, but I remember that I knew somebody in school who could play the guitar and could sing as well, and I don't believe my friend really performed in front of people much before that. And I decided to encourage my friend to just give this a chance. So we decided to rehearse a song for a while, and after I encouraged my friend enough that he could go out in front of people and play the guitar and not be very, very nervous about it, my friend became much more comfortable with performing in front of people, and 2 years after we performed together in a talent show at high school, the next year he played another song beside me, and then when he was a senior and I was out of high school, he wrote his own song and performed it in that same talent show at our school. And he has told me that my encouragement to him has been a wonderful thing which I did for him, because now my friend likes to perform in front of people and he really doesn't feel nervous like he did a few years back when we performed together for the first time. If you can encourage and motivate somebody to show off a talent or something like that, when they might be feeling a little shy or uncertain about showing it off, then you could get somebody into a much different place and a much better place because of your encouragement. Now, on the flip side, I believe there are also times when we need to encourage other people to not do something. And this can be kind of, this can be a time when we need to be more firm and maybe in some cases even a little harsh. But, we are really, really encouraging somebody not to do something because we don't want somebody to do something stupid where they could get in trouble or they could get hurt. I remember, I wasn't there for this, but I believe it happened, and, well, some of my friends were going out on a trip where they were doing some rock climbing, and they got to the top of where they were rock climbing, and my friend was just kind of leaning out over the edge, and it was a very tall rock which they were standing on, but my friend was just leaning over because he has no fear of heights. But then the leader of that group came and, well, he gave my friend a talking to, because, of course, if my friend had just slipped over and fell off the edge of that cliff, then he could have died. But thankfully the leader was there and encouraged my friend not to do that again. And I very much believe that the leader of that group, someone I know, by the way, he would have encouraged my friend not to do that in a much more firm and harsh way. But the leader obviously did that out of love, and he did it for my friend's own goodwill. There are going to be times when we will need to encourage people to not do something because what somebody might be thinking of doing or what somebody is doing could be dangerous, or it could get somebody into trouble, or it could be both. And lastly, when it comes to encouraging other people as well as ourselves, it is important to encourage other people as well as ourselves to remember the good things which are part of somebody else's life or our own lives. And I know that this can be something we can do when somebody is feeling down. I know I tend to encourage people more when they are feeling down about themselves and they're not remembering the positive sides in their life. But if I could just throw out any other advice about encouraging others as well as ourselves when it comes to reminding people of their positive sides, I would say try to do it whether somebody is feeling down or feeling happy, because it can always brighten up somebody's day when they are reminded of something they are good at. Just today, I was playing the violin at church, and I wasn't having a bad day at all from the start. I'm always excited to play the violin, and again, I heard other people say, I love it when you play the violin, it sounds so great. And even though I have heard that before, whenever I am reminded of my musical ability, it definitely encourages me to keep on playing the violin, and it definitely puts a smile on my face. So if you can think of people out there that you know, and you know about some of their abilities and God-given gifts, definitely try to remind people of those gifts and abilities anytime you can. Because anytime you remind somebody of something positive, and also anytime you remind yourself of something positive about yourself, then it can really brighten up the day. In the end, I believe encouragement can be used for a lot of good, and I believe if we remember to encourage others to do the right things, and if we encourage other people to remember something positive about themselves, and if we encourage ourselves to remember the positive things which we have about ourselves, then other people should be happy, and we should be happy. So with that, this is all I have to talk about for the topic of encouragement, and I certainly hope that what I've had to talk about in this topic will come in handy for you. And I encourage you to keep on watching Bobb-z Callahan's Word of Advice. There is more to come. See ya.